Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me for my second bonus starting this summer. I started last 2 weeks ago for my summer break of my podcast show, Surviving Your Journey Towards Success. My name is Nichel Anderson, your host, of course, and thank you so much for tuning in for this bonus release where I would just talk about different things today, talk about my favorite episode I want to cover from the 2017-2018 season one of my podcasts, talk about the reason for that and my thoughts about why I found that one of my favorites at the top, and to kind of just talk about what I have planned for the new coming season coming up. So let's get started. Thank you again for joining me today. This summer is summertime where I'm at, and I hope you're having a good summer. So the last bonus that I released, bonus one, that was June the 11th, I believe, just talked about self-talk, got you motivated. So this one was kind of, again, like a short bonus that I'm releasing, just like a conversation. Keep it short and sweet because, like I said again, it's summertime. And to talk about my favorite episode that I did for my 2017-2018 Surviving Your Journey Towards Success podcast show was episode 8 and episode 9. And when I did that, I just felt that I needed to talk about why painful experiences come up, why emotional pain. I'm calling it EP. That's what I tweeted about. And I just felt moved to do it, and it got a lot of good reaction. People liked it, people downloaded it, it trended very high on iTunes at least 2 times, because I don't check it all the time, and when I did, I was surprised. That was probably just instinct for me to look out there, and I couldn't believe it, that it was trending popular, and it happened 2 times, and that was episode 8. And then I released episode 9 was a part 2. And when I went back, I have to admit, I try to go back and re-listen to my episodes and try to see how I could do better and so forth. I'm still working on the audio, which is not easy, but I'm working on it. So I'm trying out different technical things, different devices, trying to make the right fit. So hopefully season 2 pump up my goal to make the audio even more better. I hope that it's suitable now that you're at least getting the message. I'm also going to work on the speed of my speech because I do teach English. I do teach language to students. So at any rate, but so I do know it's best to not speak so fast. I get so excited as if I'm having this conversation. We're sitting down, as I often will use that description, having tea, having lunch on a nice, beautiful day with the sun out, clouds, cool breeze, and we're just talking. And I get very excited when the conversation is on a topic that I feel very passionate about. I'm learning from another person, the person learning from me, so forth. Of course, in this setting, I'm actually doing most of the talking, unless I do have an interview, of course. And it's very interesting because you get empowered, your mind get fed, your soul get fed, your heart get fed, so forth. But at any rate, those 2 episodes, episodes 8, episodes 9, to me was feeding the soul. It was feeding your soul. And if you haven't checked that out, you got to go back and check out episode 8 and episode 9. My plan to re-release an episode during the summer. And so episode 8, episode 9, I'm not sure that I will do that summer, but I'm definitely going to continue to highlight that because so many people seem to receive it in a good way. And I'm just thrilled and happy that they got the healing that they needed, because that's what happened to me when my old EP, and I'm just being real with you. So these are the things you need to tune in, because 9 times out of 10, as we say it here in the States, meaning majority of the time, when we say 9 times out of 10, majority of the time is that you're able to get some information that I'm not really releasing out in the public, or I'm writing about it. I'm just talking freehand, and that's what I'm doing basically during the summer months, because hey, this is my summer break, right? And I want to relax even more, I should say, because I have to admit, when I'm doing my podcast, I'm telling you the truth, I am loving this. Okay? And I don't even have sponsors yet. So all of this is what I'm investing, right? But it's a good experience because I know it's a part of my purpose. So that's why it's important for you to find your purpose, because you will do it for this or that. in a sense, that's a good of light. Okay, let me put it out there, right? And do the hard work that's required, because it feeds you too, as it feeds someone else that's receiving it. So episode 8 and episode 9 is one of my favorites. You need to check that out on my podcast show here, Surviving Your Journey to Success. And the other episode, Get It. Oh my gosh, I even love the phrase, because it gets you in the mood to say, hey, I need to get up and I need to keep moving, because that's what life is moving. You get hurt, you get devastated, your heart get broken, sometimes more than 2 times. You hear me? But you keep moving. It's a strive that you have to continue to do. And that was episode 2. So go and check that out as well. That would definitely get you moving. A secret to that, see, you're getting another little nugget here that I say in my other podcast show, is that I was thinking of doing a song, writing a song, and have it like a quick little jingle, what have you, and all. It didn't work out. So maybe in the future, but right now, I didn't decide to do that. So, and you know what? I also enjoyed this past season when I did my interviews, and I'm definitely going to try to do more of them. I only got actually to do one because I got so busy with some other projects. But my plan is to do more, because I really like that setup. It's just, it takes quite a bit of time, because you have to set it up with the other person and you managing their schedule, and then when that doesn't work, and then you got to reschedule, and then you got to do not just the editing but the questions going through that, because I like to be very transparent so they'll know exactly what I'm asking. And just to try to set that up is hard, because most people are extremely busy. So I didn't get to do as many as I wanted. And then since I'm doing a weekly show, you could easily get behind. And I have to say, I need to do a bonus to some of them. I'm just congratulating myself, which is a good thing to do, because I made it. I did it. And when I was doing the research about podcasting, they said it's a lot of work and you can't abandon it. And some people stop to do it. But you have to look, I was committed from the beginning, and I made it to the end in May to end it on a good note. And in this show, it was titled How to Get Your Joy. Check that out as well. That was the last episode for 2017-2018. But I have to admit that I did it. I did a weekly show my very first time, and it was no week where I did not release any episode. Now, sometimes my hosting company, for some reason, technical issue, whatever, didn't post it on the social media, but I had it. I think that only happened 2 times. And then once I realized, I got it, tweeted out or uploaded, so forth, on my Facebook page. But it was there and it was done, and I did it every week. Wow. So that's something I do need to pat myself on the back. I need to get me a cupcake. Really celebrate that. Yeah, so that was good. Kind of today is just like a free-for-all, just having a conversation. And to talk about why episode 8 and episode 9, as well as episode 2, why they were my favorites. Trust me, I had quite a bit of episodes, and I love every single one of them. Those 3 stands out because they pump you up to succeed. Plus, it validates you. My very first episode basically dealt with defining your worth. So these 3 episodes really wrap around that. The very first episode I did when I was announcing, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do podcasting. And so I love all of them, like I mentioned before, but by far these are the gems of my first year of podcasting. So I ask you to go ahead and check that out if you haven't listened to it, or if you have, listen to it again and forward it to somebody, because it was meant to be. And if you've been following me and been listening to me, and I talk about patterns of purpose, all this was meant to be. And I made the right choice that I needed to make at the time on my journey to get me to where I'm at. And I did a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. And it gives me joy to know that I have people way on the other side of the world and are speaking a different language but understand English and listening to this, and at the end can feel empowered. And it just makes my heart just bloom like a flower. Everybody knows they follow me. I love flowers, especially sunflowers, to give you the warmth and the care and the understanding. It's not about this or that or monetary gain or this or that. It is what it is. You got to survive, yes. But at the end of the day, it is humanity. And no matter what we look at what we look like on the outside. It's within that counts. And so when I do that podcast, you got to know I'm putting all my heart in, I'm putting all my soul and my spirit and the love in, because I'm trying to reach out to help you that's out there that's looking for some mental peace, just looking for some joy. No matter what happened in the background, we're here now at this moment connecting through podcasting, through audio. That's some powerful elements there, right? And so to wrap up this short bonus episode, thank you again for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, I hope you will continue to and stay tuned for my season return in September. But right now, it's summertime, and thank you. See you.